Yo, what's up? So I'm gonna just get into it, right? A real quick video about talking about content, being content with our just our current space, our present space in life, our present situations, our present manner of being, our present just anything. It could be financial, your life, how you feel about yourself, how you look, or whatever. And this is going to be concerning with, just basically how we think about or how we view the things that we have in our present lives, right? So I want to start off by saying that more often than not, in a Western societal civilization or population or whatever have you, in a country that has a pretty good quality of living, right? Where our basic survival necessities are pretty much taken care of, right? We more so focus on things that are not necessities, because our necessities are being taken care normally they have been taken care of, or we don't have to worry about them as much as a country that's not as fortunate as us. And one of those things is just in the areas of appreciation, right? So appreciating what we have, appreciating the things that we have, appreciating our situations, appreciating how we look, appreciating our health, appreciating our car, anything. And in our I don't know why I keep saying civilization, but in our cultural society, and I want to say like in a more Western mindset, we're more so concerned with we're looking at it from the point where we're here, but we want to get there. And more often than not, where we're at, we're not satisfied with that. So we're always kind of trying to learn how to get from here to there. And the funny thing about that is, more often than not, or just really more so than not at all, whenever we're here and we're trying to get there, whenever we actually get there, we're not going to appreciate it, because it's just going to feel like we're here again, right? So if we say I'm here, right? I have this much in my bank account, but I want to get this much. I want 10,000 in my account, right? Now, you don't need 10,000 in your account. Most of us don't need 10,000, right? Why? Because the only thing we need is to really take care of our basic survival necessities, right? So we don't need 10,000 in the account, but it's a goal we can kind of set, and there's nothing wrong with setting goals, as long as you don't, long as there's nothing wrong with setting reasonable goals. I'll say it like that. But so here's the thing. Anyway, we get 10,000 in the account, and so say we do whatever we got to do, we get to 10,000, right? So the thing in us is, when we do get that 10,000, we're looking at it like, okay, we're not appreciating it, for one thing, because there was a time in our life where we probably said, if I get 10,000, I'm gonna be straight, I'm gonna be good. And we might have had freaking 250 in our account. That's, basically nothing. Probably just paid our bills, right? So say we get this 10,000, right? But as soon as we get this 10,000, as soon as we might refresh our bank statement or our online banking or whatever have you, like, wow, 10,000 finally. And we might look at it like 3 seconds, right? You might say, wow, 10,000, I did it. But the next thing we're gonna think is, it's not gonna be, okay, great, I'm content with that, I'm good. I don't need, I don't need to worry about this anymore. The more so, depending on our influences, we're probably more or less gonna think, okay, wow, you know what? I made 10,000, but I could probably at least make 15, I got this far. Why not try for 15, right? And it's that mindset to where we look at where we have, like we're here, right? We were somewhere else, and then we got where we're at now, the 10,000. But as soon as we get to the 10,000, it's like it resets. Because why? Because we're always here. We're never there, right? As long as we're here, wherever we're at in our lives, or wherever our situation is, if you look at it like a map, if we're this placement on the map, and if we're looking, all we can look at is the distance, the horizon, and say, I want to get there. As long as our viewpoint is fixated on getting there, getting anywhere, it's always going to be somewhere more to go. It's always going to be wherever we get, it's never going to be satisfactory, because our head is focused forward, right? We're not looking down or around. We're not just looking forward, but we're looking forward and past forward to like the horizon. We're looking to the clouds. We're looking to the ends of the ocean or whatever have you, just far, right? We're not fixated on a specific point. We're just looking past. I don't know where I want to go. We're just looking past. And because of that fixation, of being kind of a non-fixation, just kind of an infinite peering at, the distance, whenever we get to a place, because of that, it's never going to be appreciated, because we're never looking at it as, we're never looking at it for what it is, right? So with the thing with the money, right, it's like you don't appreciate it, because the way you think is not allowing you to appreciate it. It's not allowing you to kind of look and observe and understand really what happens, because there's a lot of things going on. For one point is one of the things is that our competitive nature of Americans, if you're American or Western, if you live in a society where everything is competitive, your competitive nature is always going to have you push yourself more. If you got somewhere, then you're going to be like, man, I could push myself so much more. And I'm not going to go into that right now, but that's fine. But it's like, it can also be a poison, right? Because it can also rob you from any satisfaction or any just gratification that you may feel, because you're never going to just be satisfied with yourself. But more so what I'm talking about right now is just that, because of the fact that we don't appreciate the stuff that we have, we don't know how to appreciate. We don't know how to look around us, and we don't know how to just be mindful and content, and just learn how to be content with what we have. We're always just looking forward, right? We're not looking at or being mindful or being in the present is what I'm getting at. We're not being in the present. We're always in the future. We're always there, right? We're always there. We're never here, right? And the funny thing about that is, when you're always there, your here is nowhere. Your here doesn't matter. Even at the fact where you get this 10,000 in your account, and there was the day before, or the whatever amount of time that it took you to get that, if you were to say, dang, I have 250 in my account, if tomorrow I had 10,000 in my account, I'd be set. I'd be straight. If you were to say that when you had that 250 in your account, it probably would have been, at that point, it would have been true. But as soon as you got 10,000, because of the way that we're just programmed or cultured to think, it robs us from actually just being able to be content about that, or being able to be happy or satisfied with that, because our nature or the way where our culture has kind of like formulated us to be is in a way where we don't know how to appreciate, or we don't know how to look at what we have and appreciate that. And the offset of that is, the kicker is, it's often not, we often don't appreciate what we have until something comes along and takes it away. Then we appreciate it, right? So if we had $250 in our account, when we don't appreciate that, right? That's $250, right? That's something. But we don't appreciate it because why? We want that 10,000. We want 300 or whatever. Maybe just 300. Maybe just 5, right? Reasonable, right? Reasonable number. So we don't appreciate the 250 because we're looking at, we say we want 5 and we'll be straight. We'll be good. I need 5, right? I just need 5, you know? That ain't nothing much. I just need 5, right? But if something were to happen where it takes 250 and then we only have 15 and we're like, damn, I only got 15, right? I bet you with $15 in your account, you will look at that 250 like, wow, if I could only go back and get that 250, right? If I could only go back to that. But the funny thing is, when you had it, you didn't appreciate $250. Because why? Because you wanted 500. You wanted more. You wanted something else. You were here, but you were looking there, right? You were standing in one fixed position, but your eyes were gazing off at the horizon, right? And because of your view, because of where you were looking, you couldn't look around you and appreciate what you had. And that's the thing. That's the thing that we need to be mindful about, which is being aware of our current situations and also being aware of what in our current situation is to be, you know, just content with. Because it's not all about getting to the next thing. It's not all about getting more. It's not all about just being here and getting there. It's not all about that. It's not all about having 250 in your account and wanting 5. It's not all about that. Because you never know what could happen to it. You never know, something just might happen and take away what you have. And then when you have nothing, I bet you when that happens, the only thing you'll think about is, wow, I just wish I could have what I once had again. But the funny thing is that when you had that, you couldn't appreciate it, right? You could only look forward. You could only say, hey, I just want a little bit more, just a little bit more, right? But it's not about getting more. It's not about being better. It's not about being faster, stronger. It's not about being more built. It's not about being skinnier. It's not about just whatever. It's not about just adding that little bit extra. Not all the time, right? And there's nothing wrong with challenging yourself, but the problem is when you're challenging yourself, but yet you're robbing yourself of what you do have because you can't appreciate it because you're looking at what you want, you know, how much more you want or how much better you want things to be. And you're not appreciating how good things already are. And that's the thing that robs you of any type of peace, right? That's the thing that robs you. That's the thing that allows you, not even robs you. That's the thing that allows you, that doesn't allow you to even see the peace you already have, because you might have peace already, but you can't appreciate it because you're looking for a better version of peace. And because you're looking for a better version of peace, you're not even appreciating the peace you already have. And it's not until chaos comes and steals the peace that you actually already had that you say, dang, I wish I could just get back half of the peace that I had before this all happened. And because of that mindset, because of the way of our thinking, it it perpetuates that cycle to where whenever we're here, if we were even to get there, it's still not going to be, it still doesn't feel like enough because of how we're viewing things, of our lack of being able to just look at our situations and just really be mindful, really be knowledgeable, and really understand what's good there. Because, really understand what's good there, because we can't think about that, and we can only think about getting further. And if we're ever if you ever want peace, if you ever want to be content, you can't just want more. You can't just want to get from here to there, because it's a cycle. It's never going to end. It's not something that's going to end. As long as you keep looking at things where I have this, but I would be okay. If I just had that. You're never going to have that, and until we realize, anybody realize, all of us, it's a continuous, process. Until we realize the good in what we have, it's always going to seem bad. And it's not until it gets really bad that we see how actually good that we had it. I know I said it was going to be short, but yeah, it's been a long day. Trying to get my thoughts together and go up here in the gym real quick. But yeah, pretty much got my point. So I'm going to let you guys go. And if you watch the whole video, I appreciate it. It should be more in the future.